Millstone Lane, it's a beautiful mess. Old dreams buried, but they won't rest. We fight, we build, we try again. Yeah, we're the misfits of Millstone Lane. Same street, new day, still here on Millstone Lane.
Welcome to Millstone Lane, where chaos is the only constant. Over there, you've got Jake, our resident handyman, or as I like to call him, disaster in a tool belt.
Good as new.
The scent of rebellion. Classic Millstone.
That's V. She thinks she's Banksy, but with more attitude and a lot more spray paint.
V, do you have to paint that on a property I'm trying to sell?
It's called art, Nancy. Maybe you should try it.
Art doesn't pay mortgages.
And that's Nancy. Thinks she runs the place. But let's be real. Millstone Lane runs itself. Mostly into the ground. Raoul, you ever wonder how this neighborhood hasn't imploded yet?
It's like a souffle. Chaotic, unpredictable, but somehow it rises.
Big news, everyone! I'm organizing a block-wide app-based scavenger hunt. It'll bring us all closer together.
Closer? We're already one power outage away from a neighborhood riot.
That's the spirit.
Imagine it! A neighborhood scavenger hunt to unite us. Fun, interactive, and tech-forward.
Does it involve fixing the streetlights? Because I'm out of duct tape.
Streetlights? I can barely sell a house with these art projects scaring off buyers.
They're murals, Nancy. Not everyone likes beige walls.
This is Millstone Lane, where every solution creates 3 new problems.
It's fine. Just a slight combustion issue.
Most people would run from a place like this. But me? I'm staying. After all, where else would I find this much material for my book?
V, I just got off the phone with a prospective buyer. Do you know what they said? Your mural is distracting.
Good. Art is supposed to be distracting. It makes people think.
I don't need them to think, V. I need them to buy.
Ah, the eternal struggle. Commerce versus culture. You know, in 1874, Millstone Lane was...
Herbert, not now!
See, the app lets people tag locations and leave clues. It's all about engagement.
Cool. Can it engage the city into fixing the potholes?
Careful, Xavier. This place doesn't handle change well. Remember the free Wi-Fi for all initiative? Chaos.
Nancy's trying to kill my mural.
Bold of her to assume it's alive.
Not funny, Chloe. She filed some complaint with the city. I need to finish it before they slap a stop work order on it.
Why not use my app? You could make your mural part of the scavenger hunt.
Because it's not a game. It's a statement.
Millstone Lane, where every argument is louder than the last.
Jake, stop. You don't even work for the city.
Exactly. That's why I'm getting it done.
You're going to make it worse.
Let him mess with the streetlight. Maybe it'll distract you from ruining my mural.
Ah, the great Millstone Compromise of 1923 comes to mind.
Not now, Herbert!
Okay, so maybe it's a little worse.
It's funny how this neighborhood fights about everything. Yet somehow, they always end up here. working together, even when they don't mean to.
Done. The mural's officially the first stop on the scavenger hunt. Look,
Fine, it's okay, I guess. But it better not ruin my sale.
It won't. It'll improve it.
Somehow, Millstone Lane never collapses under the weight of its own ridiculousness. But give it time. There's always tomorrow.
Ah, it's magnificent. A blend of surrealism and cubism, with a touch of postmodern irony.
It's a mess. I just got a call from another buyer who asked if the neighborhood was in revolt.
Art is meant to provoke, Nancy. And isn't that better than another beige wall?
No.
So, what do you think?
I think it's loud, overwhelming, and not at all marketable.
So, it's art. So, it's perfect?
Millstone Lane, where opinions are like potholes, everywhere and impossible to avoid.
Art isn't supposed to blend in, Nancy. It's supposed to make people feel something.
Well, I feel like my property values are plummeting.
guys, the scavenger hunt is live. The mural's already a hit. People are taking selfies with it.
Well, well, well. It's a true masterpiece inspiring duck faces everywhere.
See? The people love it.
Perhaps we should host a public forum. Let the neighborhood decide the mural's fate.
Because nothing says civil discussion like Millstone Lane.
Welcome, everyone, to the first annual Millstone Mural Debate. I'll be moderating, and I assure you it will be fair, balanced, and free of bias.
Fair and balanced, sure.
First, the artist will present her case. V.
This mural isn't just paint on a wall. It's a reflection of Millstone Lane, vibrant, chaotic, and full of life. If we erase it, we erase our identity.
Compelling. And now the rebuttal. Nancy?
While I appreciate the effort, this mural sends the wrong message. It screams, we're unruly and unkempt. We should aim for a look that says, welcome to Millstone Lane, chic, polished, and profitable.
Yeah, but wouldn't profitable just mean more boring condos?
Ah, an excellent point. Any final remarks?
I think the mural's cool. It makes our neighborhood look fun.
Leave it to a kid to drop the truth bomb no one else wants to admit. V won this round. Even Nancy can't argue with the kid.
I'm done. For now. But I'm not stopping with just one wall.
That's what I'm afraid of. Millstone Lane doesn't handle change very well. But it's never boring. What is that? And should I be worried?
It's a universal leak stopper. Patent pending.
Does it work?
That's what today is for. Testing.
This is Jake, handyman, inventor, and walking disaster. If something's broken, he'll fix it, and probably break 3 other things in the process.
Looks like you've got a leaky fountain, Nancy. Good thing I'm here.
Jake, I really don't think... Jake!
Hey, it's all part of the process. Fixing takes time.
Nice work, Picasso of plumbing.
So, how'd the fountain go?
Not great. But I've got another idea.
Does it involve less flooding?
It's the fountain's fault. It wasn't ready for my genius.
Jake, my friend, sometimes less is more. Like my cappuccinos, subtle but effective.
You think he'll fix it or create a new water feature?
All great innovations begin as accidents.
Okay, maybe it needs more pressure.
Or less Jake?
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Round 3, huh?
Yeah, I figured. If I'm going to mess it up, I might as well do it right and rebuild it from scratch.
That's almost inspiring.
I did it!
Let's see if it lasts.
Told you. Genius.
In Millstone Lane, nothing's perfect. But every now and then, something just works. Jake fixed something yesterday. Like, for real fixed it. And it still works. Now he thinks he can fix everything.
The showing got canceled.
Why? I hope it wasn't the mural.
They didn't give a reason. They just said the house didn't feel right.
That's not a real problem.
It is when you're the one trying to sell it.
Jake?
What? I didn't touch the house.
Yet.
Jake, don't touch anything.
I'm not touching anything.
Jake, no.
One successful repair does not mean you should continue.
It worked once.
That's the problem.
I don't know who would even want that house now.
Unconventional spaces often attract individuals who
Not now, Herbert!
Now!
appreciate them.
I could take a look at it.
You are not touching the house. I've got one more person interested that I really hope pans out. Otherwise, my commission for this month is ruined.
No, stop. Don't touch it.
Millstone Lane isn't for everyone. But every now and then, someone decides it is. New faces in Millstone Lane are like rare comets, unexpected and guaranteed to cause a stir. Enter Russ, our latest cosmic disturbance.
New guy?
Looks like it. Think he's normal?
Not for long.
Hey there, Russ. Just bought the place.
Welcome to the circus. Hope you like noise and unsolicited advice.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Mark my words, he's a man with a past, probably on the run.
Or just trying to start fresh. Not everyone's hiding skeletons, Herbert.
Russ, welcome. Have you thought about landscaping? I know a guy who does wonders with hydrangeas.
I'm more of a let it grow wild kind of guy.
Wild doesn't sell.
Careful, Russ. Nancy's like gravity. Resistance is futile.
Figured I'd drop by. Need help fixing anything?
Appreciate it, but I'm handy enough. Used to do this kind of work myself.
Handy, huh? We'll see about that.
You always this suspicious?
Only when somebody says they know what they're doing.
So the tool belt's for show.
No. It's for emotional support.
In 1982, we had another new arrival who claimed to be handy. Let's just say the fire department got involved.
Don't worry, no fires. Yet.
Well, first we need to discuss the hydrangeas.
You can't tell him what plants to own.
I absolutely can.
The hydrangeas are actually blocking the drainage angle.
Whose side are you on?
The drainage side.
Do meetings like this happen often?
I told you, Nancy's like gravity. Resistance is futile. Welcome to Millstone Lane, Russ, where everyone knows your name and all of your business. Or at least they think they know it. And the rest they make up and assume. Millstone Lane has a way of pulling people in. Secrets, baggage, and all. People come here for all kinds of reasons. Fresh starts, cheap housing, bad decisions. Russ might think he's just starting fresh, but something tells me his past isn't done with him yet.
I'm telling you, Russ has secrets. Did you see the way he paused when I asked about his previous address?
Maybe he just didn't want to talk to you, Herbert.
I already ran a search on him. No red flags, just some financial trouble from years ago.
Of course you did. Because nothing says welcome to the neighborhood like a background check.
Better safe than sorry.
In Millstone Lane, privacy isn't a thing. If you move here, expect the full investigation.
So, what brought you to our little corner of the world?
Fresh start.
Classic. But seriously, what's your story? Divorce, witness protection, secret treasure? Blink twice if it's treasure.
Jake, stop interrogating the guy. You're terrible at it.
Hey, I've got instincts.
Sure you do. They're just always wrong.
Russ. No last name.
You're outside thinking again. That's usually bad.
That house sat empty for months.
Because people were scared of the mural.
Exactly. Everyone avoided it. Then Russ buys it without hesitation.
Maybe he just liked the house.
Or maybe he liked the mural.
That would make him the only person on this street with taste.
There are gaps in the information.
He moved into a house, Herbert.
Quietly.
That's called moving. You watch too many documentaries.
Most mysteries start small.
So, what's the verdict? Mysterious loner or regular guy?
Why can't he be both?
I still think it's treasure. No one's that calm unless they've got gold buried somewhere.
I've narrowed it down. Russ is either a private investigator or a former spy.
Or maybe he's just a guy who moved here for a cheap house to buy because it had a mural painted on the side of it.
Nah, too simple.
How's life in Millstone so far?
Interesting. Never been in a place like this.
That's one way to put it. Just so you know, everyone's dying to figure you out.
Let them guess. Keeps things interesting.
In Millstone Lane, curiosity is the currency. And with Russ around, it's about to pay dividends.
You fixed Mrs. Donnelly's screen door?
It was one screw.
Still. People notice these things.
You keeping track?
I observe the neighborhood.
In Millstone Lane, everyone has a role. Jake mostly assigned himself one.
I heard that.
You were supposed to.
Russ, my kitchen light still flickers.
My espresso machine makes a noise now.
My bike chain still slips.
One at a time, people. You all just met me a few days ago.
You seem capable. And I like structure and order.
Careful, Russ. Around here, helpful becomes employed very quickly.
She once scheduled me for a conversation.
You missed it.
Now everybody's asking Russ for help.
You seem threatened. Do you want to talk about it?
I'm not threatened. I'm monitoring the situation.
Just in the background, like NATO.
He fixed one screen door.
You tried to fix a mailbox with duct tape.
Hey, it held for 3 days.
My patio light flickers now.
The espresso machine screams.
My bike's making a clicking noise again.
My mailbox sounds hollow.
How does a mailbox sound hollow?
You know it when you hear it.
You people always like this?
Pretty much.
You should really prioritize the patio light.
It's probably the wiring.
Oh, now you're involved.
I'm offering a second opinion.
Welcome to Millstone Lane, Russ, where everyone knows your name and eventually asks you to fix something. In Millstone Lane, nobody stays in their lane for long. Some people arrive quietly, and before they realize it, they're suddenly part of the rhythm of the place. Russ is settling in fast, almost a little too fast. It kind of makes you wonder the real reason why he's here. People don't usually arrive in Millstone Lane by accident. At first, Jake thought he was competition. But maybe Russ isn't here to replace anyone. Maybe he's here for something else entirely. And maybe Millstone Lane's about to get a lot more interesting. In Millstone Lane, it doesn't take much to start a rumor. A mystery box? That's practically an open invitation to snoop.
Whoa, Russ, what's in the box? Treasure? A cursed artifact?
Just some old stuff I shipped from my last place.
Sure it is. Blink twice if you need help burying a body. No, for real, what's with the box?
Old stuff.
That's the most suspicious possible answer.
You asked a vague question.
You guarding it now?
Maybe.
Okay, so what's the bet? I'm saying family heirlooms.
Incorrect. Clearly, it's a collection of rare maps or documents. Perhaps something incriminating.
You two realize it's probably just old books or furniture, right?
Chloe, your lack of imagination is disappointing. Especially for a talented writer such as yourself.
Am I the only one who finds it suspicious that he won't tell anyone what's inside?
Yes, Nancy. That's exactly why we're talking about it.
He could be hiding money.
Counterfeit money.
Why does your brain always go immediately to crimes?
Because statistically, that's where the interesting stories are.
What if it's a haunted doll?
That somehow feels less concerning than Herbert's answer.
I still think it's family stuff.
No one ships family heirlooms in a box that says fragile in all caps.
That actually makes it sound more like heirlooms.
Herbert, that's a little much, even for you.
You can't uncover the truth without proper tools.
Come on, what's the harm in asking Russ straight up? Worst case, he says no.
And then you end up looking like a creep. Oh wait, too late.
Let me guess. You all want to know what's in the box. Patience, people. You'll find out soon enough.
Millstone Lane thrives on curiosity. And Russ? He just threw gasoline on the fire. Whatever's in that box, one thing's for sure. It's only a matter of time before it comes out.
Still keeping secrets, huh?
Secrets? It's just some old stuff.
Sure. And I just doodle stick figures and don't paint murals.
Morning, Russ. Thought you might need help with crate breakdown and disposal.
Thanks, but I've got it under control.
Millstone Lane's latest obsession. One man, one crate, and 0 answers. It's like a reality show, but somehow more ridiculous.
I don't understand why he's being so cagey. It's just a box.
Exactly. If it's just a box, why not show us?
What if it's evidence? Something incriminating or valuable?
Or maybe it's just none of our business.
Please, in this neighborhood, everyone's business is everyone's business.
Bird watching again.
There's an urban hawk population.
On Millstone Lane?
They migrate.
You are absolutely spying on him.
Not spying. Just observing.
You know I can see all of you, right? All right. What's the obsession?
We want to know what's in the box.
Here it is. Fine, since nobody can let this go.
That's it?
Yeah, from my grandfather. Sentimental value.
Sentimental doesn't explain all the secrecy.
Maybe I just like my privacy. He said some places are worth starting over in.
That's actually kind of nice.
I honestly thought it was evidence.
Of what?
I hadn't figured that part out yet.
So, no secret criminal operation?
Sorry to disappoint you.
The neighborhood spent a week building theories around a box full of memories. To be fair, Herbert was fully prepared to solve crimes that didn't exist. So, you're keeping secrets, huh?
Not everything's a secret. Some things are just personal.
Fair, but you realize this isn't the end of it, right? They'll just move on to the next theory.
Let 'em. Keeps things interesting.
You fit in here disturbingly fast.
That should probably concern me.
Millstone Lane doesn't do mysteries. We do overthinking, overanalyzing, and definitely oversharing. Russ better get used to it.